My son Peretz was at a Hanukkah lighting in Melbourne with Rabbi Elisha Greenbaum, and Rabbi Elisha said something I think very powerful. Although we know that Hanukkah candles, the message is that light overcomes darkness, the Chabad custom is to light the candles before it gets dark. Best time to light it is just after Shkia, after sunset, and even beforehand. I'm sure many of you have been to public lightings in Australia, and we normally light it when it's still light outside. What's the message behind that? When it's dark, it's much harder for the light to chase away the darkness. Let's give you an example. When someone is grieving, when someone's going through a very difficult time and a challenge, at that time, to give them philosophical perspectives and explanations to figure out how to overcome it, very hard, very hard. But if they're trained and if they're educated and if they grow up with the right perspectives, if they grow up with the right way of thinking about things, then when darkness befalls us, they have the reservoir, they have what to dig into, such as ideas, divine providence, or Hashem's involvement in the world at all times. These things are what we fall back on when things get dark. But when it's dark, it's very hard to fall back on that. And I think it's also a situation that we're in Australia now. We had times of just after sunset, before the stars came out. We had the threats. We had the screaming on the Opera House steps. We had fire bombings of synagogues and Jewish institutions and graffitis and a van laden with explosives. And we warned at that time, before it got dark, we warned the government, please change your policies. Give us more protection. Let the army be in front of Jewish institutions and schools like they do in Europe. And stop these vile demonstrations and these anti-Semitic statements as river to the sea and globalized intifada. But unfortunately, they didn't listen, and now it's darkness has set upon us. However, according to halacha, and many do have the customs, that even after dark, we light the Hanukkah candles. That is to say, that it's so powerful, not only that when you light it when it's still light, but even when it's dark. And so now we are in a watershed moment. I'm hoping and working for this moment to be such that we could change certain perspectives of our politicians, of our media, that ways that they thought and looked at the world till now must be transformed. The Australian people have woken up. The good Australian people have woken up. The silent majority hopefully will be no longer silent. And they realize the threat that has been brought into this country, imported from elsewhere, and developed within here with government funds. Mind-boggling. Just watch YouTube some of Senator Patterson's hearing from last year. Mind-boggling. Now is the time, and that's why I'm making time to have private conversations with politicians who have voted for Palestinian state and things of that nature. I'm giving them time. I want to talk to them. I want them to try to understand things from a different perspective. Now's the time. They're shaken up. Hopefully, they can start seeing things differently. And our media hopefully can start taking responsibility for what their virulent anti-Semitism has caused, for the way that they have presented the land of Israel, which is translated into the people of Israel. There's no two ways about it, what that has caused. I'm hoping this is a time for good people to work and to get the message across, that people understand and change their perspectives and change the way they view things. Otherwise, we are in great danger. But I think we can succeed, and we're working tirelessly for that purpose. I have a meeting today. I've offered the Prime Minister for a quiet sit down. Just please listen to us. We want to explain to you where we come from and where your policies don't match up. But most importantly, this is a watershed moment for the Jewish community to plug in, to understand we are part of a great people, a resilient people, a special people, a people of that have been charged to be a light unto the nations, and so we will be. So, practically, come. After lighting the Hanukkah menorah today, and if you're here in Sydney, earliest you can light is 6:38. After lighting at 6:38, go to synagogue, any synagogue. If you're here by us, come to us in Chabad at 7 o'clock. We will have a uplifting service. Plug in. We'll have latkes and donuts, and we'll be together. This is the time, the watershed moment for Jews who might not have been active, who might have been on the sidelines, to say, no, I will stand up for the Jewish people. I will learn from the Gedoshim, from those holy martyrs who were killed. I will learn from Rabbi Eli and Yaakov, who were such special people of bringing light into the world, who were people who said, no, we're not going to cower. We're going to show who we are with pride. That's who we have to learn from. That's who we have to be now. So please, tonight, come. I want to embrace you. I want to give you a hug. We need, well, maybe a little cry together. It's certainly an expression of being Am Echad, one people, one nation, the Jewish people, the special Jewish people. Come as we celebrate the sixth night of Hanukkah. And we will show the world that our light, even when it got dark, will be able to overcome any darkness. Shabbos.